You spend your entire career building your retirement savings, maybe through RSPs, a corporation, or investment income. And now you're finally getting close to age 65. You check your government benefits and you qualify for full old age security. But then you get hit with a surprise. Your OAS gets clawed back, not because you're wealthy, but because your retirement income pushed you over a limit you didn't even know existed. This is something I see far too often. Smart, successful Canadians who do everything right, save, invest, plan, end up losing thousands of dollars in government benefits because of one simple thing: timing. The good news, OAS clawbacks are avoidable, but only if you understand how they work and plan ahead. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to retire without losing your OAS, using strategies that help you smooth your income, reduce unnecessary tax, and make better use of your RSPs, TFSAs, and corporate savings. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Charles Lecalzi, Associate Investment Advisor at IA Private Wealth, Zenith Private Wealth Council. If you find this helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Canadian tax and retirement strategies. Part 1. What is the OAS clawback? Old Age Security, or OAS, is a monthly benefit that most Canadians receive starting at age 65. It's not tied to how much you contributed during your working years. Instead, it's based on how long you lived in Canada after age 18, up to a maximum of 40 years. So for many Canadians, it feels like a guaranteed part of their retirement income. In 2025, the maximum OAS benefit is around $713 per month, or just over $8,500 annually. But here's the catch: it's not guaranteed, at least not in full. There is something called the OAS recovery tax, more commonly known as the clawback, and it affects tens of thousands of retirees each year, many of whom don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. Here's how the clawback works. In 2025, if your net income exceeds $91,611, the government starts reducing your OAS. For every dollar you earn above that threshold, you lose 15 cents of your OAS benefit. Once your income reaches approximately $148,000, your OAS is completely clawed back. This is not a regular tax bracket. It's a dollar for dollar reduction in government benefit, which means losing OAS has the same impact as a tax increase on your retirement income. And importantly, the clawback is based on your net income from the previous calendar year. So even if you retire at 65 with a modest lifestyle, if your income was high the year before from employment, business, or investments, you could lose some or even all of your first year of OAS. This is what catches many successful retirees off guard. They've done all the right things, saved diligently, built up their RSPs, maybe accumulated wealth in a corporation or a rental property, but no one warned them that the way their income shows up on their tax return could reduce the very benefits they were counting on. Part 2. What triggers OAS clawbacks? Most Canadians assume they'll be in a lower tax bracket in retirement, and for some, that's true. But for many professional, business owners, and high-income earners, the structure of your income in retirement can actually push you into a clawback situation, even if you're not living extravagantly. Why? Because the CRA counts a wide range of income sources towards the $91,611 threshold. Here are some of the most common triggers. Number 1, RRIF withdrawal. Once you convert your RSP into a RRIF, typically by age 71, you're required to take out a minimal annual amount starting at age 72. That withdrawal is fully taxable and added on top of any other income. Even if you don't need the money, you still have to take it, and that alone can push you into clawback territory. 2, RSP withdrawals. If you make a lump sum RSP withdrawal after retirement, say to buy a car, help adult children, or fund travel, those amounts are also carefully taxable in the year you withdraw them. What many people don't realize is that even one large withdrawal can bump your net income over the OAS limit for that year. Number 3, dividends from a corporation. If you're an incorporated professional or business owner, you may be drawing dividends as part of your retirement income strategy. And while dividends can be tax efficient in certain cases, they're grossed up on your tax return, meaning the CRA inflates the reported amount, which can make your income appear higher than it actually is. We'll talk more about this in part 5. Number 4, capital gains. Selling investments held in non-registered accounts, including mutual fund, ETFs, or rental properties, can trigger significant capital gains. Even though only 50% of the capital gain is taxable, it still counts towards your net income. And if you held the asset for a long time, the gain could be large enough to trigger a clawback on its own. Number 5, rental income. Rental income from a secondary property or vacation home also adds to your net income, especially if the expenses are low and the property is fully paid off. Number 6, one-time events. This is the big one. Things like selling a cottage or vacation home, large severance packages in your final year of work, downsizing your home and investing the proceeds, taking money out of a holding company or trust. These aren't normal retirement income sources, but they still get reported as income, and that's all the CRA needs to reduce your OAS. In short, it's not just what you earn in retirement that matters. It's what shows up on your tax return. If you don't plan ahead, you could be in for an unpleasant surprise. But with the right strategy, starting with early RRSP withdrawals and smart TFSA use, you can smooth out your income, stay under the clawback threshold, and protect your full OAS. Part 3. Strategy number 1. Draw down RSPs before age 71. One of the most effective ways to reduce clawback risk is to start drawing from your RSP early, especially in your 60s before converting into a RRIF. Why? Because at age 72, RRIF withdrawals become mandatory and fully taxable, whether you need the income or not. This is often when retirees unknowingly cross the clawback line. Instead, if you start drawing down from your RSP during the early years of retirement, when you're in a lower tax bracket, you can reduce your overall tax burden, shrink the size of your RRIF before withdrawals are forced, avoid bumping into OAS clawback zone. For example, you retire at age 62 with a $600,000 RSP, you take out $25,000 a year for 9 years. That reduces your RSP and shifts income into lower tax years. Later, your RRIF withdrawals are smaller and you preserve more of your OAS. This isn't about paying more tax earlier, it's about paying less tax over your lifetime. Part 4, strategy number 2. Use TFSA for income. The TFSA is one of the best tools for avoiding OAS clawbacks because withdrawals don't count as income. Let's say you need $10,000 this year. If you take it from the RRIF, it's taxable and may trigger a clawback. If you take it from your TFSA, it's tax-free, no clawback, and it doesn't even show up on your return. Let's talk about 2025 limits. Annual contribution limit is $7,000. Your lifetime limit is $102,000 if you're eligible since 2009. Even if you have maximized your TFSA, there may be room especially for your spouse. You can fund your TFSA by withdrawing from your RSP at a lower tax rate than contributing the after-tax amount. It's a smart way to turn taxable income into future tax-free income, and it gives you a buffer to manage irregular expenses in retirement without inflating your reported income. Part 5, strategy number 3. Structure dividends carefully. For business owners with corporate savings, dividends can trigger clawbacks if not managed carefully. Here's why. Eligible dividends are grossed up by 38% for tax purposes. A $50,000 eligible dividend appears as a $69,000 income on your tax return. This higher reported income, even if you don't spend it, counts towards the clawback. To reduce the impact, consider these options. Firstly, coordinate with other income sources. Don't add dividends on top of CPP and RRIF income in high income years. Use the TFSA or corporate cash instead. 2. Use eligible dividends strategically. These are taxed at a slightly higher rate but are grossed up less, so they can keep your income lower on paper. 3. Use corporate-owned insurance. Some professionals use permanent life insurance in their corporation. The policy grows tax-sheltered and retirement income can be assessed through collateralized loans, which don't show up as income or trigger clawbacks. Bottom line, dividends can be efficient, but only when coordinated with your broader income plan. Part 6, strategy number 4. Delay CPP and OAS to age 70. This may seem counterintuitive, but for many high-income retirees, delaying OAS and CPP is one of the best ways to avoid clawbacks and increase guaranteed income. Here's how it works. Delay OAS to 70 and it increases by 36% for life. Delay CPP to 70 and it increases by 42% for life. You're not receiving the benefits, so you can manage your income during this window more effectively. That gives you time to draw down RSPs in lower tax years, use TFSA or corporate reserves for income, reduce future mandatory withdrawals, start OAS later when your income is lower and less likely to trigger clawbacks. And this strategy works well if you have substantial RSP or corporate savings, you retired early between the age of 60 and 64, you're in good health and expect a long retirement, you still have income from business, part-time work, or real estate. Delaying benefits isn't for everyone, but for many, it creates flexibility and protects income-tested benefits like OAS. The OAS clawback doesn't just depend on how much you earn, it depends on how you structure your income. With the right strategy, you can draw down RSPs in low tax years, maximize TFSA flexibility, time your dividends wisely, delay government benefits for higher lifelong income. If you're approaching retirement and want to protect your OAS, click the link in the description to book a time with me or someone on my team. We'll help you build a tax-efficient retirement income plan so you can enjoy the benefits you've earned without giving them back.